Hi guys, welcome. Just a short intro video into who we are basically. I'm John, this is Emma, my wife. We are a husband and wife team over at Hudson's Pet Shop in Tyldesley. We're passionate about animals, guys, always have been. It's something we share in common, but we're more passionate, even more so now, with the nutrition side of it, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we bought our, to give you a bit of background into us, we bought our pet shop in November 2016, and it was sold a lot of kibble, a lot of dry dog food, a lot of tinned wet dog food, and not necessarily a high premium dog food either. So we stocked things, or there was already stocked, not that we stocked them, Bakers. There was one called Frolic that stopped being made now. Yeah. Lots of pedigree pouches and dry food.
The who's of the worst we had. Basically.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was.
And we used to sell a lot of rawhide.
Yes.
So we've tried really, really hard over these past 3 years to totally transform our pet shop into more of a raw and natural place where people can come in and they know that what they're feeding the dogs is safe and nutritionally correct. So I think John introduced raw to the shop first, probably about 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
So this was after we've had customers asking us do you stock raw dog food? We're like, no. And the only reason we never stocked it before then was because we wasn't sure what dogs needed nutritionally at that point, because, I mean, I'm pretty sure most of you have done this. If you go on Google and type in what's the best thing to feed my dog, you are hit with a multitude of different opinions and advice and facts.
Ideas, yeah.
And ideas, yeah. So, gosh, how long ago was it now? Probably about 2 years ago I decided to go and do some extra research and do my diploma into canine nutrition on the raw and natural side. I passed that just over 12 months ago with a distinction, and I'm currently doing another one as we speak, which also includes holistic health. Because I think especially with some vets now, they do not agree with raw feeding, which I think is really sad. And I'm not bashing vets at all.
No.
Vets are vets. I'm a nutritionist. We're totally different. A bit like when you go to the doctors, and if you've got something wrong with your like diabetes, they'll refer you to go and see a nutritionist
or a dietitian, if you want.
Yeah, or a dietitian.
I know I've been to a dietitian before.
Yeah, John used to suffer with type 2 diabetes. And funnily enough, we cut out carbohydrates and sugar, collectively we've lost about 17 stone between us.
Around that, yeah, about 17 stone, yeah.
So we decided to do this background research into dogs' diets, because we've always known, and we have always given, to be fair, like raw mince if we're cooking lasagna, but they were fed on mainly kibble. So we've always known that dogs needed raw dog food. They are carnivores. After all, their digestive systems are made to digest meat and not cereals or grains or potatoes, pasta and things like that. So we'd done this research, passed my diploma, started selling the raw dog food. The first company we ever had in was Landy Woods, which are great, but they are more of a DIY feeder, so they don't have your general complete 80-10-10 range, although they do now. They didn't when we first started stocking them.
No, we started with tiny, I remember it, a tiny freezer.
A tiny chest freezer from my house. It was probably 160 litres.
Something like that, yeah.
Maybe this big.
And we thought, we'll give it a shot, you know.
So that's what we started with. We now have, 4 freezers. And we desperately need more, and we are expanded, but we'll get back to that another time. Yeah. So after Landy Woods, we then started stocking Durham Animal Feeds, which is probably one of my favourite minces.
Great mince, yeah.
Especially the texture, it's a bit of a thicker mince. One of my dogs really likes it and one doesn't. That one.
Blossom. There she is, star of the show.
Yeah, she's the reason why we formulated Blossom's Bowl, which I'm sure most of you have seen on our page. Yeah. So Blossom used to be really poorly all the time. She would refuse to eat, she'd have really bad skin conditions, her hair would fall out, she had no energy, she was lethargic, she used to have diarrhoea all the time, sickness, there was blood in her poo. I could go on forever. And then we started feeding raw. We first started on Landy Woods when I was doing my diploma, so obviously at this point I had the material to be able to go and check what dogs should be eating, so I know that I didn't miss out on anything nutritional wise for her. So we started on that. It was hit and miss, wasn't it, with some stuff for her.
Yeah. We persevered, didn't we?
She was eating a lot better than what she used to on kibble. And then we got Durham Animal Feeds in and started feeding her that. Again, it was really hit and miss.
Touching, some she liked, didn't she? Some she didn't, and the main thing is she was eating again. That was the main thing for us.
And she was excited to eat.
Very excited to eat.
Yeah, she bounces off my kitchen cupboard and barks at me.
Now, and
so she's the reason really why we've done so much research into canine nutrition, because it's not just her. There are thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dogs that have all these issues, which we believe stems from kibble, and dogs' digestive systems just not being able to put up with digesting the amount of carbohydrates in kibble.
And listen, it's as simple as that, guys. You know, as the old saying goes, you know, you are what you eat. You know, and that's the basics of what you have to follow. Basically, you know, it's
definitely.
It's as simple as that, you know.
Definitely. So we did Durham Animal Feeds. We got another freezer, and we started stocking a couple of Bulmers. The only thing we stock of Bulmers now is tripe.
It's a good tripe, to be honest.
It is a really good tripe, and I think if we had the extra freezer space to have a full freezer with just Bulmers in, we would probably carry on stocking it, but we had something to replace it. So for about 12 months before we started stocking it, we researched into what would help Blossom. So we started making our own mince at home for her, and adding things like turmeric, salmon oil, sea kelp, apple, spinach, the loads, coconut oil. We've literally tried everything. And then we formulated Blossom's bowl at home and found that she wouldn't turn her nose up at any of it, ever. And it was amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm not DEFRA registered at the moment. But we decided that we really needed to start introducing this into the public domain. So I went and spoke to Chris Burns from Burns Animal Foods in Bolton. They sell a lot of really good natural treats for anybody who lives that way. And we do stock them all as well. If anybody lives near Tilsley, feel free to bob in. So the majority of them are grain free. They're fully natural, air dried meat treats, no preservatives, E numbers or anything like that. But anyway, so I approached Chris with our recipe and asked him if he had the resources to be able to start mincing it for us. Thankfully, he agreed, and Blossom's Bowl was born. We got a few samples out beforehand before we started stocking it and selling it all. So we now do chicken dinners,
lamb dinner,
beef and tripe, beef, rabbit, and duck. So they're the dinners that we do, and they are multi-protein dinners. So they're not suitable for every dog. We have to say that. Especially if dogs have got chicken allergies, because quite a lot of our minces do have chicken in. I think we've only got 2 that doesn't, and they do contain salmon oil. But that was and we'll go more into that in another video of how we got to come into the conclusion of putting in it what we've put in it.
Yeah.
I think we'll leave this video here because we've been talking for 8.5 minutes now, and
yes.
I hope you're all still with us.
Yeah.
But we will be doing more videos talking about canine nutrition, what goes on in the digestive system, what you should and shouldn't be feeding your dog, and if you do want to feed a dry biscuit, because we're not kibble bashers, if you do want to feed a dry biscuit, we'll go into what's best.
And I also think maybe we'll cover along the way, you know, what to look for. For instance, your dog's poo. Things like that. I'm going to go deep into it, guys, and we will show you everything. We'll show you, you know, the day-to-day going-ons of our household, you know. So
we'll give you a little window into our lives and our pets' lives.
Yes.
So hopefully that's enough of an introduction of us. Like we say, we've been Emma and John.
Yes. And remember, guys,
it's what's on the inside that counts. Bye.
Take care. See you later.